Hey there, Saints fans. Tom Downey here to talk about one Latavius Murray and his potentially murky future in New Orleans. So USA Today has gone through and listed a potential trade candidate for each team, i.e. a player they could trade away before the start of the NFL season. And their selection was Latavius Murray. Now, this comes on the heels of Sean Payton hyping up former UDFA Tony Jones, who might be RB2. I'll take it a step further even. I wonder if Latavius Murray could end up being cut by the Saints this year. I'll go more in depth on that here in a little bit. Murray is still a solid football player. He averaged 4.5 yards per carry last year for the Saints on 146 carries. That's under 660 yards, also 4 scores. Not immensely gifted in terms of the passing game, but isn't a huge liability there either. Now, what we know about the Saints, if Sean Payton is telling the truth, ALVIN KAMARA is, of course, going to be RB1, dude's a star. Tony Jones Jr., then, well, he might end up being RB2. That could leave a potential battle with Murray, maybe Dwayne Washington, I'll throw him in the conversation, and also DEVONTA Freeman fighting for that RB3 role. Now, Jones, as a younger running back, also brings you some special teams. I think that helps you out in terms of going with a older veteran back at the RB position. I've been impressed by Jones so far in camp in the preseason. Clearly, Sean Payton is as well. I think he's making the team. Whether that's as RB2 or RB3, I think is still a little bit more up for debate than maybe what Sean Payton has led on so far. But remember, the Saints also brought in DeVonta Freeman, and Freeman is cheaper than Latavius Murray. Now, I don't really know how much more Freeman offers at this stage of his NFL career. But the Saints, who manipulate the cap better than any team in the NFL, also have to be aware of what they're paying their potential RB3. If they were to release Latavius Murray and go cheaper with a DeVonta Freeman or Dwayne Washington or even just Tony Jones as RB2, they'd save over $3 million. That's not insignificant money in a down year in the salary cap. So I like Latavius Murray. I think if you were to try to trade him, maybe you'd get a late day 3 pick. Running backs just don't have that much value, especially ones over the age of 30. So he is definitely a player to keep an eye out for as a potential surprise roster move in some capacity once we get down to the final 53-man cuts. But what would you guys do with Latavius Murray? One of my favorite questions here. 3 routes to go with. Do you want to trade him? Type in T. Do you want to keep him? Type in K. Or do you want to type in C? That's cut. I don't think there are any really wrong answers here, so get your opinions for me in the comments section.